Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online challenge. And we are on the play for match one, game one. I almost spliced between match and game, didn't know really what to say there, but we're up against Shadow Titan. Titan 1. Let's see what they're playing. Looks like Mardu mid-range, quote unquote. So Mardu Energy, realistically speaking. So that gives me a good bit of information to work with, especially on the play. Would really have loved to have seen a Chalice over one of these Mystic Forges. I'll mulligan this. Two Temples, Karn, Mycospawn, Breaker. Let's drop the Breaker. Go to main, play the Temple and pass. And pass. This allows us to exile their turn one play as well as ramp a bit, so feels decent. Flood Strand's interesting though. This might not be Mardu mid-range after all. What you play an opponent? Warping Wheel is here as well. So this looks like maybe Jeskai Control. With that in mind... Oh. The Fresh L? Jeskai Energy? Okay. There's a Johnny. Let's Kozilek's Command, ramp, and exile. Done. There's a 2/1. Would really like a green source. Mystic Forge isn't bad. Half tempted to play the Forge here. If I don't, and I play Karn instead. What would I grab is the question. Honestly, there ain't much. So I think we do just play the Mystic Forge and call it a day. I'm actually kind of tempted. I mean, what would we have for 2 mana? I guess like a Kozilek's Command, but not really feeling like that's smart. There's my green source that I was looking for, so happy to see that. Would happy to see it this last turn. So yeah, this looks like Jeskai Energy. Which means they'll probably play Mockingbird. Probably going to be on Consign in the sideboard. Another Flooded Strand. I guess I should hold up the ability to respond to a Flage target. That wouldn't be a half bad idea. Static Prison would be a bit upsetting on this Mystic Forge, but not the end of the world. Feels like a Flage. No blocks. Expressive Iteration. Fascinating. Would have really loved to have Warping Wheel up now. Would have been able to absolutely just house them, but oh well. Let's see what they hit. I mean, they've already played their land for turn, so I feel like this isn't the best use of EI. Because it's possible they just brick here, right? They just put one card into hand for 2 mana. That's pretty much what they've done. Prison on Mystic Forge, which is fine. Yep. That was honestly a really bad use of EI. So let's actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't, right? Because if we go, well, no, it doesn't matter either ways. We just have one additional mana left over, I suppose. Yeah. So sowing Myco Spawn, unfortunately not kicked. I think we just grab another temple. 2, 4, 5, 6. Well, might actually be better for us to go mine. Yeah, that might be the better play. Because we can already cast pretty much anything in our deck with the exception of Ulamog. If we find ourselves with a tower, then we're in a really good spot. So I think mine's correct here. We have a blocker, Static Prison's ticking down. You can get rid of their exile, no reason to really pay attention to that. Seeing a second of Johnny into exile is great though. Pretty happy about that. Would have liked to have kept that Mystic Forge up, but not exactly horribly upset. Do we want to cast Karn next turn? We have 5 mana right now. Even if we draw into a 6th mana, I guess we could grab Talisman, or we could grab Haywire Might, cast Haywire Might, then hold it up to get rid of Static Prison to bring back the Mystic Forge. An option. If they play Flage here, I think we probably cast Karn into Tormod's. What am I playing against? What? I am so confused. Yeah. 2, 4. I probably should have sacrificed the Ranger. I am baffled. Get rid of that Guide of Souls. Ranger, Captain of Eos. I mean, I guess like Mardoom Boros is using Seasoned Pyromancer, so I guess Ranger can grab Guide of Souls. It can grab a Johnny even. So I guess it makes sense. Just really strange. Really, really strange. Ocelot Pride. Yeah, Ocelot Pride too. So I guess it kind of makes sense. Can it grab Mockingbird? I think it can grab Mockingbird. There's the Flage. I'll probably cast Karn. And then grab Tormod's Crypt. Oh. Well, don't mind if I do. We can still grab Karn here, or play Karn here. But we can also ensure Flage does not have the mana necessary. Get rid of the red-white. Like, do you want to sacrifice Captain of Eos here to ensure I can't cast anything else? You could. I guess when I cast Karn and go to Wish, they could also... I'm half tempted to grab Sundering Titan, to be honest. I think we first prioritize Tormod's Crypt if they let me cast Karn. So there's the tower. Foundry down. Let's go ahead and cast Karn. Let's minus Karn. Yes. So now it's too late for them to activate Eos. So there's Tormod's Crypt. And then we pass. We'll get back Mystic Forge. We can activate Tormod's Crypt. I'm trying to think when the best time would be. Oh, let's pass their upkeep. Once it changes the main phase, Static Prison will... I mean, they'll have to make the choice. But there is a choice, so... Yeah, let's just go with Tormod's Crypt now and get rid of that Flage. Static Prison. Yeah, if it was during upkeep, then I could have waited till draw, but it's main phase. Interesting card. I actually will... Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Well, I guess Mystic Forge will stick for now. Interesting choice. Okay. Oh, we'll take out the Ocelot Pride. Oh, you're just not going to give me a choice. I'm not too worried about Ranger Captain of Eos. I think we just block the Cat Warrior token. Karn's down regardless. No reason to reveal the Ugin's Lab right now. We'll just hold up the Warping Whale. Hi, sir. Do you want lap time? Nope. Just want to be a little pest. Like, if they want to get aggressive and start attacking with Ranger Captain, then I guess I'll block with the Myco Spawn. Butter. No, touch the wire, please. If you can't hang yourself around wires, then I need to lock you out. Alright, opponent, what you thinking? No attacks on my end. We'll just hold back, waiting for the Static Prison to die. That was an interesting choice by them with the Galvanic Discharge. I mean, it was right. Giving me that Mystic Forge is going to be a death sentence to them. Let's try to figure something out. That Raven Charm's probably out the one of. I will say no to that. Counter target sorcery spell. Pass the turn. Another Ocelot Pride and an Arena of Glare. Well, they're empty-handed, which is great for us. I mean, yeah, you attack the Eos. I'm not blocking. That is a-okay by me. Another Karn. 2, 5, 6. So I have 6 mana currently available. We're going to get back this Mystic Forge. Do you sacrifice Ranger Captain of Eos now? Because if you allow me to activate Karn, you can still respond. But then whatever I wish for, I can play. I guess I have 7 mana. 3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I have 7 mana. Could go Walking Ballista. an option. Next turn, I'd be inclined to go with Sundering Titan and clear the board the majority of their lands. So I'll tick down of Karn. They do not respond with Ranger Captain of Eos. Grab the Walking Ballista. I did missequence here. It actually doesn't matter, thankfully, because it would have been 7 mana instead of 6. But I probably should have played the Ugin's Lab prior to casting Ballista. We'll pass back to you and just hold up the Ballista. I mean, that lets me block the Ranger Captain and shoot down both Ocelot Prides. A Thought Knot. Not really feeling Thought Knot. A Flage. What's your target's friend? I imagine Karn. Yes, your targets are Karn. Yeah, that's fine. So Ocelot Prides are primed. I think I want to block here. And I want to ping you, and pass. Because now I can play things freely. I can buff this Ballista freely. Chalice on 1. Seems good. World Breaker. Seems good. Get rid of what? Arena of Glory? Mystic Forge seems meh. And then let's go ahead and play Thought Knot for good measure. Okay. Pass to you, friend. You're gonna cast what? Mockingbird. I mean, I guess it's gonna be a flying cat token? Yeah? Sure. That's fine. I'll draw the Mystic Forge. Let's exile the lab. I mean, I think I just have this game pretty much wrapped up. Opponent's thinking long and hard, though, whether or not they want this trigger to resolve. Chalice of the Void. We could go X2. Honestly, I'm not really too concerned about that, so I think I just go 0. Let's play another Mystic Forge. Activate the Mystic Forge. Oh, can't do much of that, so let's put a +1/+1 counter on Ballista. And go to attacks. Okay, down to 16. What are we thinking, opponent? Okay, I imagine we're going to go for a Surveil land. Elegant Parlor? No? What? Oh, you have a Flasian there. Right. I did forget about that Flage. Where's Flage going? Three damage to me. That is fine. To combat. You can attack if you want. No attacks. Alright. Well, in that case, let us draw into the land. Chalice. Chalice on 0. Sowing Myco Spawn. Well, let's cast it. Nope, I don't want to kick it though. Just want to cast it. I need to find something other than Myco Spawn. We'll grab a tower. Talisman. It's -1. We will activate the forge. There's Karn. So now I can cast Karn. Minus Karn. Hmm, 2, 4, 7. Short 1 on the leveler. So instead, we're going to want to go Ensnaring Bridge. Cast Ensnaring Bridge. I will then go ahead and pump Ballista and pass to my opponent. I don't think there's much they can do to get around this. Because their main saving grace would have been Static Prison, which Chalice is locked out. Unless they have something in blue, but I think it's just for Mockingbird. Opponent's thinking. I'll move this up though. I cannot see my board currently. You shall pay the cost. A Johnny is fine. A Johnny doesn't do anything right now. Okay, we'll draw the tower. A world breaker, you say? Well, we could just get rid of Flage entirely. Do I need to... Yeah, let's go minus Karn. Grab a Stone Brain. Play a Stone Brain. Stone Brain target opponent. Naming Flage Titan of Fire's Fury and seeing if there's anything else I need to be concerned about. How does Mockingbird read? Enter as a copy of any other creature. That's good to know. I think Discharge Lightning Bolt's out. Static Prison's out. It's really the Mockingbird that I need to be concerned about right now. Okay, well that allows me to then... Do we even want to play the World Breaker? I want to dig deeper, so I'm going to say yes. There's the Ulamog. Red, white... Red, blue, white. So let's get rid of the red, white. And Ulamog should close it out. So then we'll go Flage and Plains. I'm trying to think if there's anything they can really do. Flage, yes. Let's get rid of a Johnny. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else they can do now, because what we can do is we can tick up Karn, target Ensnaring Bridge, get rid of Ensnaring Bridge. So they'll move to end step now. We will remove a counter, destroy the cat token. Remove a counter, destroy the cat warrior token. We'll go to next step. We will tick up Karn on Ensnaring Bridge. I will then exile. Let's see. Ensnaring Bridge. Go to combat. I guess before I do, oh no. Yeah, go to combat. Attack with all. Ulamog trigger. So damage. Okay, we got there. A long and arduous game one. So Jeskai Energy. A bit longer than I'd like. I think as much as I might want Leveler over Dust, I think I need to keep the Dust. Let's run it like this. I'm a bit down on time. So I do need to make 2 and 3 quick. Doesn't help that Moto feels slow right now, even though I reset my computer, everything. Moto's feels a bit slow and laggy. But Could also be my computer. It's been seeing some CPU spikes. Nothing egregious, like 20% utilization. But even still, I'm not sure why it is either. I mean, all I have is Edge, which is a little bit of a resource hog, an Excel spreadsheet, which is static, OBS, which is probably taking the majority of the CPU usage, though probably more the RAM actually, and the VRAM, and then Moto, which I think is taking up actually the majority of the CPU. I imagine consigned memory, maybe Obsidian Charma. We're on the draw for game 2. And looks like hot garbage. We're gonna mulligan this. Still not great. Mulligan. Better. So lab into chalice. Drop the forge and the mine. Reveal devourer and pass. Scalding Tarn crack for Onslaught Pride. Not the worst thing to see. Not a great thing either, to be fair. Let's go with a mine. Ugin's Lab, Imprint, Devour, Cash Chalice, X equals 1. Pass the turn. This is a Thought-Knot Seer on 3, which isn't great, but could be worse. Do they have a follow-up play? Opponent's thinking. They have time. They have a 4-minute advantage on me as far as time's concerned. I don't want to squander that either, especially if we do get pushed into a game 3. They do have a fetch. Steam Vent's untapped. I'm going to say a Johnny. Mockingbird for an Onslaught Pride. It's actually really good and gets around Chalice really well. I'll pass. And pass. That is a little bit unfortunate and a little bit scary. Especially because that Onslaught Pride does have flying. It is a flying cat. So that is a tricksy way to get around Chalice here. Well, we'll go ahead and name Eldrazi. And just in case they do have the consign. Problem is, I'm not sure that's going to be good enough. Like, I really need to somehow survive long enough for an All Is Dust. And I think that will be my saving grace. You can consign with a replicate the trigger if you have it. That'd be good information for me going into game 3. Looks like they do. Either that or Galvanic Discharge wouldn't do it. Thraven Charm would. But there's the consign, so they do have it after all. Alright, pass to you. So like I said, my saving grace here is definitely going to be All Is Dust. Getting the consign out does make the All Is Dust more possible. Okay, see what we draw into. Well, let's go Chalice on 2 now. And pass. Still not great. 2, 3, 4, 5. We need a Eldrazi Templar Lab plus All Is Dust, and I think this might be too late. But we're gaining on them in regards to time, so I think this is what really comes down to if game 2 is just some time advantage. We're gonna attack all in. That's 7. That is 11. What is my out here? Down to 4. Not in a good position. Even a Karn doesn't do it. Kozilek's Command doesn't do it, so let's just work on that time advantage. Yeah, Kozilek's Command doesn't do it. X equals 3, finds nothing. Alright, go in for attacks, friend. I mean, there's no reason not to attack that Ocelot Pride. What am I going to do? Freaking hit you with a Settled Wreckage? Imagine. Alright, that's a loss in game 2. Yeah, that Mockingbird really hurt. Like, the Chalice on 1 was good, but Mockingbird was just able to get around it. I think otherwise they didn't have much, based on what they were playing. They had 1-drops and lands. Would have been fantastic. Unfortunate. 'Tis what it is. We do know about the consign, which was important though. So now we can play around that if they have open blue mana. Doubtful they have Blood Moon. But we're on the play for game number 3. This hand is keepable. Very keepable. Reveal the Devourer. I'd like to see Myco spawn. Chalice of the Void is also good. So I'll see that. Reveal Devourer. Talisman. Pass. And pass. Ragavan. We're going to get rid of Ragavan. So we'll play a Talisman of Impulse, followed by a Chalice on 1, and pass. A Johnny, we'll exile a Johnny and ramp. We'll hold up the ability to respond if needed. We'll take the 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So we do have 8 mana available. Wonder if we go for a Mystic Forge or not. It's a Flage. I might have to go for Ranger Captain of Eos. Well, I don't think that's going to bode well for them. I guess they can grab a Johnny. Mockingbird. Well, let's go ahead. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can't do what I was thinking of initially doing. Let's minus Karn. And then let's grab Cityscape Leveler. I'll hold up the command. both at Karn. I will go to blocks, block, and block. Respond with a command. X equals 2. Actually, I'm wasting time here. I'm gonna scry and draw. Yeah, this time difference is hurting me. I need to clean this up quickly. You could counter it if you really want. I feel like you'd rather counter this Cityscape Leveler though. The format advantage is dwindling, which I need to put some pressure on them since I'm below 5 now. Looks like they will consign and replicate. Yep. Flooded Strand, you'll crack it for a Mockingbird. Make it a copy of the Cat Warrior token. No, Johnny. Let's thrill about that. There's a mine. Minus Karn. Yes. I can EE for 2, but I think it's worth it to go Ballista X3. And let's ping, and pass. Karn will be down, that's guaranteed. Probably should have grabbed the Forge. Yep. You know, the attack of the Ranger. That's odd. I'll let that happen. I think I kind of need the Ballista up right now. Mockingbird X1. Oh, this game's gonna go longer than I'd like it to. Jesus. Flage. Flage targets the Walking Ballista. Targets me. I have an Arena of Glory. That's a problem. Hmm. 2, 4, 6 for short. Yeah, you got it. I'm not sure why they haven't been sacrificing this Ranger Captain. I'm wondering if it was right to protect Karn and not just playing the Leveler. Would it have made a difference? The lever was going to get hit by the consign. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I was sitting behind this ranger captain, worried about its silencing ability, which they never activated. Mockingbird sitting in the wings. And eventually a Flage. I guess maybe there could have been an argument to instead go Sundering Titan, but Sundering Titan would have also just been behind the consign that they used to counter the Kozilek's command. Devour would have gotten similar treatment. So anything that utilized those spawns would have been unfortunately unceremoniously dismissed. I did think about a bridge. That bridge could have been an option. Maybe bridge would have been correct. But then we're just sitting behind Flage coming in down to 5, and then we're kind of going for a long game, which right now with us being behind on time didn't really feel plausible. So I don't know about that one. That one's a bit odd. It's possible I should have made different decisions. The consign definitely helped. No matter, I think, what play I would have made, it would have made things difficult. But I think maybe we should have gone bridge instead of ballista. With Chalice on 1, it's really hard for them to get rid of it in a meaningful way. I would have had Leveler just sticking in hand, but that would have been fine. Yeah. That may have been the right move, because I forget. Oh, that's right, I got rid of a Johnny. So, like, a Johnny needed to be dealt with too, which makes that even more complicated. Yeah. Like, Ballista is a clean way of doing so without additional mana for Cityscape. It's possible that we may have benefited from going Forge instead of Leveler, but I just wanted to get the match over with because we were behind on time. Yeah, one of those moments where if you guys saw a better line or a line that would have gotten me out of the pinch that we were in, given the information that we have now, let me know. Because I like to try and play around those possibilities. Maybe I could have, because what did I target with Kozilek's command? I'm trying to remember. What did I... X2. Was I targeting a Cat Warrior token? Or was I targeting a Johnny? It must have been the Cat Warrior token, right? Because they played a Johnny after. Yeah. I guess I could have X1'd or X0'd and left 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe that was the play. Yeah, because, I mean, we didn't know we were going to draw into the land, but we should have played that out. That may have been correct. Going for an X2, or rather X0, instead of an X2. Yeah, I think that's where I may have messed up. Like, honestly, all of this is 2020, but thinking about the different lines, I think that's where I could have done something differently to result in at least a different outcome. Because then I would have had 7. I would have been hoping for the 8th land. I draw into the 8th land, and I cast Cityscape Leveler targeting the Ajani. And now they have to deal with a Leveler facing them down behind Chalice of the Void. It's going to be really rough for them to deal with. Karn would be able to tick down or tick up depending on what I want to do at that point. Find whatever, Walking Ballista or otherwise. Tormod script just in case they play a Flage. Yeah, that's probably would have been the correct move. Yeah. Because what were they even attacking? Oh, that's right, though. I blocked Eos and a token, so I would have... No. Yeah, I probably should have just let Karn die. I think that's where I may have started it all. That's rough. Yeah, I'm not sure what the exact right move would have been. There's a lot of differing paths, and I think Consign is the linchpin in all of them. All right, well, sometimes win some, sometimes lose some. Even if you find the perfect line, it can sometimes be hard to see in the moment. So, with that being said, we'll be back in just a bit for round number 2. All right, and we are back for round 2 on the play for game 1. Let's take a look and see what our opponent might be playing. Let's see. The Grey Legion. No results found, so gonna go in blind. This hand is good though. I do like it. Good Chalice on 1, turn 1. Our top decks will just need to be good here, so a little bit slow, but we'll take, especially with them going down to 6. A Chalice breaking on however many cards could be fantastic. No, I don't want to play. I keep on doing this as a reason. I put the 7 mana value spell up front rather than the Ugin's Lab. Alright, and then Chalice on 1. Pass. We'll play Temple and Talisman next. Steam Vents. What are you casting here, friend? That's a Chalice on 1. I think they realized it too. Nope, they did not. Fascinating. Well, Warping Wail is nice. We can counter something if we need. Or make a spawn, rather a Scion. Exile something. Okay, so is it something? Could be Murktide. Kept it on top, whatever it was. Well, let's take a peek and see what the hell you're playing, friend. Actually, probably smarter for me to do it this way. Hold up that dust for Warping Wail. Let's take a peek. Could be Grixis Reanimator, just haven't seen Black Source. Possible. Could be Splinter Twin of some form. Solitude. Oh, well, that was unexpected. So, Jeskai Control? Yeah, could be Jeskai Control. I mean, there's Solitude, there's a Brain Surge. Brain Surge is an instant. I like them to see less cards. I'm not horribly upset about Flage Solitude right now, so I'll take the Brain Surge. The Flage could prove to be an issue later. We'll find out. We're not going to play the Flage. Fascinating. Oh, Temple and pass. Still this all is dust sitting in the wings. Okay. Yeah, so looking like Jeskai Control. Spell Snare, yep, that's not doing much right now. Though it does hit the Warping Whale, funny enough. Let's see you play the Flage. Yep. Does mean you're now one away from being able to cast it, which is a little bit unfortunate. Well, we can make that more difficult for you. So let's go ahead and cast World Breaker. You have 2 red, but only 1 white source. So let's get rid of that white source. Do you have a white spell to pitch for Solitude? They do not. Okay. Double blue for what? Plane Cycle the Timeless Dragon. Yeah, that's fine. So how's he gonna find a plains? Imagine Hallowed Fountain. Okay, I was thinking Archive. Why would you shock that? Yep, Chalice of the Void is still a thing. I mean, they could just be filling the grave for Flage, I guess. I'll actually just hold this Devourer. That way if they do cast Flage, we can just exile it rather than having it be sacrificed. What in the fresh hell? Excuse me, what? Is this a sorcery? Okay, so when you reveal this card, you may cast it by paying 1. Okay, I'll counter this. What in the hell did I just see? No. Denied. I'm the one who counters. That was wild. Opponent, you can't be doing that. That's not allowed. Do you want to bring out Solitude? No? No Solitude? That was unexpected. Yeah, I'll do this. Does Karn resolve, friend? Well, minus Karn. No Timeless Dragon or Flage here. We'll go to Upkeep. Just in case. Goodbye. Okay, definitely Jeskai Control. There is a reason why I have brought Sundering Titan in, because a lot of 3 to 5 color decks running around. Chalice usually is not great here, so we'll cut Chalice. Bring in Stonebrain Might Leveler. This seems correct. Dismember is kind of interesting for the Eternalized Dragon, but I'm not 1000% sold on it. Also, for the record, for anyone who asked me the question, is the 1 Warping Well worth it? The answer is yes. The answer is very much yes. I will keep this hand. Double Temple into Kozilek's Command is not bad. Imagine you play a Tamiyo. Okay, Talisman, I do like that. We'll pass. Interesting seeing Brain Surge, I imagine, specifically to flip the Tameo. Ooh. Well, now that's interesting. I guess let's start assembling Tron. I'm gonna hold up the command just in case they try and flip Tameo. I think that makes the most sense. Okay. That feels aggressive. I'll take a force if you got it. Okay. Naming Karn, I guess? Yeah, I mean, it's a bit preemptive, but it funny enough, is the right call. I don't think you knew that, but definitely is. Another Tameo. Well, you were right. Go ahead and play a Talisman. There's no point in playing Karn right now. I mean, I guess it does. Maybe I should have played Karn. It does stop them from cracking those clues to flip the Tameo. Okay, they don't do anything though. Draw nothing but lands. I'll play one Karn. Oh, that's right. 7 mana for Karn. It's not that. Oh, let's see if you want to counter it. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. This way you can crack the clues. You can't dig deeper now. Surprised they didn't. Okay, because they have something for it. Oh, they still flip it. Yeah. So like I said, they must be playing Brain Surge specifically for. Though I feel like maybe Faithless Looting is better. Though I guess it is sorcery speed, so I guess Brain Surge being instant is good. I haven't seen Brain Surge used too much. Okay. Yep. Mystic Forge. You're short on blue sources, friend. Mystic Forge resolve? Yeah, let's go ahead. And I guess get rid of this Tameo. Cavern Soul is really good, actually. I kind of want to keep that there. Wait, do you have Consign? Wait. Sorry, I'm just trying to do mental math of like what's going on. Why would they not counter the Forge? Okay. Yeah, that's fascinating. I'm confused, but fascinating. I guess you could tick down and grab the Consign back. Tune the narrative. Yeah. You're short on lands, clearly. Let's name Eldrazi. I'll play the Stone Brain. I'll activate Mystic Forge. Another Karn. Let's go ahead and name one of your finishers. See what else you have. You have Solitude, you have Flage, Titan's Fury. There's Solitude, there's a Galvanic Discharge, only 2 Flage? Guess so. 3 counter spells that are bricked. And then you have Solitude and Timeless Dragons are the only ones left. Okay. That is fine. I'm gonna just cast Karn so I can cycle or dig deeper. I really want to get rid of this Tamiya if possible. Right now this flute is causing a bit of an issue. Yep. I don't want you drawing cards equal to half your deck. That'd be less than ideal. There's another All's Dust. Yeah, I don't think you want to be drawing cards equal to half your deck now. I mean, you have the Solitude, but I think we just get rid of, hold on. Let's do this a bit better. This is 5, 10. So I guess you can consign the cash trigger. But that's about it. All right. Well, we got there. With that being said, no real notes as far as this match is concerned. Some strange plays by my opponent. I think them not consigning the Mystic Forge really led to them losing. I mean, you have to understand, it is the One Ring replacement for Eldrazi Tron, and it is the One Ring replacement for a reason. It offers different things. The One Ring allowed for just like, you could cycle fogs. I've demonstrated that many a times in exiling my own One Ring, picking it back up with Karn, playing the One Ring, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Like, you can just take turns on turns on turns. And that was the biggest thing about the One Ring. It gave you turns, it gave you card advantage. Mystic Forge is slightly different in that it gives you card advantage and card selection. It is such a good card. And anytime you can counter and or destroy it, you really should. So really surprised we didn't see that consigned to memory on the Mystic Forge. But it is a newer card. Hasn't seen a lot of play, so that could be the explanation. With that being said, though, we'll be back in just a bit for round 3. Alright, and we are back for round 3 on the play for game 2. On the draw, I might keep this. On the play, it's a bit yee. Before we do also figure out untapped TV. No records found. Yeah, I think we mulligan this. Like I said, on the draw, I might be a bit more tempted. Yeah, I'll keep this. We'll pitch the Myco Spawn or the Dust. Let's pitch the Dust. Reveal 2 Devourers. Triggers. We have a Kozilek's Commands, so let's grab the Lab. That's all the labs. Let's play Lab. Imprint Devourer. Cast Chalice on 1 and pass. Okay, Flooded Strand and pass. We'll go ahead and play another Ugin's Lab. And pass. I'll go to Upkeep. And then probably play Command. Triome. Could be Domain Zoo. Might want to hold out for a Kavu. Okay. Double white could be... Okay. Yeah. It's fine. Love that art, by the way. That art looks sick. Go to end step. Let's ramp and scry. So I guess this could be more Jeskai Control. Well, there's Karn. Let's attempt to cast Karn. Karn resolves. Let's grab a Mystic Forge and pass the turn. Hold up the ability to respond. Arena of Glory. So yeah, feeling like Jeskai Control. We know they don't have a force. Is Karn really surviving the turn? Tamiyo. Yep, that resolves. Well, found another Mystic Forge. Let's cast Mystic Forge. Let's exile the Soin Mycospawn. Keep that on top for next turn. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's tick down and grab Leveler. Pass the turn. We'll hold up the ability to respond. Paying cost. Flame of Anor. Draw 2 cards, destroy an artifact. That is fine. Tamiyo will trigger, and then Tamiyo will trigger. I mean, Tamiyo's dead unless you have something to deal with these Eldrazi spawns. Steam Vent Shock to get a discharge, maybe? I mean, I guess they don't know that we're drawing into a forest. We know that. Okay, draw. There's a steam vent, so no. Oh, we'll take up, get rid of the clue. Let's get rid of Tamiyo. And pass. Overall, Leveler can be really hard for them to deal with. Tune the narrative, fine. Pass the turn. I might kick the Mycospawn, get rid of that Arena of Glory. Snapcaster, yes. Grabbing Flame. This might be Jeskai Wizards? Starting to feel like, so you can destroy the Leveler. Draw 2. Yes. Let's see then. So we can kick it. Tick up Karn, get rid of the Power Stone. Let's go ahead and kick the Myco spawn. Let's get rid of that Arena of Glory. Let's go ahead. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'd need, I guess we could have the Talisman plus. Otherwise, Temple would guarantee us getting there. So we'll grab the Temple and pass. Arena of Glory out. Karn's at 3. So no hasty creatures for you. Temur, yes. Two, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can then cast Cityscape. Actually, before we unearth Cityscape, let us minus Karn. You know what? Let's grab a Sundering. That would get rid of my green source. That'd be down a land, wouldn't I? I would like to grab the Sundering Titan. Let's go ahead and unearth the Leveler. Begin combat. The Seaver Exarch taps the Leveler. Oh, interesting. So this, is this a wizard? Cleric. Alright, Leveler will go. We'll pass the turn. So Karn's down. Do they have Splinter Twin? Yes, they do. Okay. So I'll let them do their thing. There reason for me not to. Yeah, I guess I just wasn't expecting Twin out of nowhere, but I guess that is the literal point of Splinter Twin. Could I have done anything differently? Without knowing about Twin, probably not. So it still feels like Jeskai Wizards or Jeskai Control. Probably just lump Jeskai Control. Two very different lists, of course, but... You'll need, what, 20? 20 Exarchs? And if I had known, what would I have grabbed differently? I guess Disruptor Flute? Name the Seaver Exarch? Yeah. Guess that would have been the way. Otherwise, Haywire might. Tis unfortunate, but that's the power of Twin. You gotta just win out of nowhere. I guess even Haywire Might doesn't really save me, does it? Well, I guess they activate it, and then we exile Splinter Twin. So I guess Saber Might does, we just need to time it correctly. Is that enough? Do you have enough of them? That's 10, 17. Yeah, you have enough at this point, I think. Yep. I'll block the Snappy. Alright, cool. Well, that is game one. Let's grab Dismember. Chalice on 1 might still be good here. So we cut Myco's Myco Spawn at least. Leveler I think will be good because they're gonna bring in Consign. I think that's about it. We could bring in the Stone Brain, I suppose. Yeah, we'll do that. Just need to play around that end step X-Arc into Twin on 4. On the play for game 2. Not a great hand, so I'll mulligan this. It's a bit more palatable. We'll keep it, drop the Chalice, reveal the Devourer, trigger. A Temple or Lab would be good. Seeing neither, we'll grab the Talisman. We'll play the Temple and pass. Odd Fountain, untapped. Tapped, Tamiyo. So they would need something to counter this Talisman. No counters. We'll attack, trigger. Imagine they have a counter spell in hand. I mean, I could bait them with the Chalice. Let's hope we draw into a land next turn. Do you have the counter? It seems you do. No more lies. That is a strange counter to find. It works. I'm just surprised to see it. Okay, Tamiyo triggers. Do you have the third land? Do I need to be worried about a turn 4 Splinter Twin? Dust. Well, that doesn't really do it, so we'll try and resolve the Stone Brain. At the end of the day, if you have the X-Arc, a land, and the Twin, the Brain doesn't matter, but since you consigned it, that tells me that you don't have the turn 4 win. So good news. They'll Surveil. I might be looking for a piece, and one card on top does give me some concern. Once again, do need a land in order to resolve. Oh, yeah, Surgical will work. Surprised to see it, but it will work. Yeah, one of those moments where maybe I'm right for my philosophy of I don't cast Stone Brain unless I know I can resolve and then activate it, Whereas like Chalice would have gotten hit instead, and we could have avoided that. Interesting. Well, Chalice really doesn't do too much here. At least not by itself. What are you doing? Okay, so you have the Exarch. You can tap the Talos. Oh, I guess you can tap any permanent. Wild. Yes. Yeah, I think we might just lose the Splinter Twin here. Unfortunately, we're short on lands. We're at like 4 deep right now. 8 deep, and we didn't see any lands. That's actually really, really unlikely. But let's see the Splinter Twin. Yep, you got it. Well, I won't waste our time. You have the win. I mean, yeah. It's a deck full of counter spells and twin. It works. And if it works, it works. So, you know what? Sometimes I win some, sometimes I lose some. Was not expecting. I'll probably rename this Jeskai Splinter Twin because I really didn't see like a mid-range game plan otherwise. Yeah, maybe not the best of hands. Maybe a bit too slow. I guess you could argue that like maybe we should have mulligan down deeper. Maybe. We're already at what, like 6 by the time we decide to keep? Yeah, I mean, they're probably better 5-card hands. If we found a land, there's a Thought Knot on 3 with counter spells. It's a bit rough. If they don't have it, the hand disruption's good. Yeah, I think you could argue that they should have mulliganed down to 5, that they're better 5-card and even 4-card hands in comparison. I think it does get difficult as you get down lower and lower. You have fewer opportunities to actually start interacting with your opponent's board state without them just holding a counter spell in hand. Give and take. But with that being said, we'll be back in a bit for round number 4. All right, and we are back on the draw for round 4, game 1. If this had a land, I'd be really tempted to look for a lab with Devourer, but without one, I don't think I can keep. This one is not keepable either. Ugh. 7 drops would have been okay. Like replace the 2 Urza lands with 7 drops. I mean, so like we could try and high roll it and dump a Karn, dump a tower, and hope that we draw into 2 7 drops. It's not great, but it's possible. I think it's better than going down to 4 right now. Especially as they kept a 7-card hand. Right now we're just aiming for prizing. I think minimum for top 32, I need 12 points, and even then it's iffy. Looks like energy, and we're on a slow start, so I'm not thrilled about this. Definitely didn't need another Karn. Well, this is looking dicey already, especially on a 7-card keep. Ugh. Bombardment tells me they likely have a Johnny in hand. Talisman. I think we need to resolve Karn. So we'll pass with Talisman and then try and resolve Karn next turn. The question is what we grab with it. Really? Well, I guess they can wait to cast a Johnny. No Johnny. No nothing? Tells me they might have a Flage Ulamog. Okay. Well, we'll tuck the Mog. We will cast the Karn. We will minus Karn. What do we grab with Karn with 5 mana? Let's grab... I'm half tempted to grab Might to get rid of Bombardment. Though I'm also tempted to go Forge to try and dig deeper. Let's go Forge. And then pass. Yeah. Land. Imagine all 3 at Karn. So that means no Flage. Though I guess they could also just send the 3 at face and sacks of 4 damage. Yee. An Ocelot Pride is gonna... Yeah, that's a minor issue. I need a land. Because my thought here... Oof. That's a minor problem. Okay, so what's the deal here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. I'm at a theoretical 7 as it stands right now. If 7 damage gets through, I lose regardless. I can cast Karn, grab a Might, but they can just sack a cat. That puts me up to 19. Not to mention they're going to make cats at end step to fling at face. Yeah, I think we concede here and go to game 2. So, Boros Energy loss in game 1. Bring in Dismember. And cut 2 Myco spawns. Run it back. Main concern, of course, being Obsidian Sharma and Dampening Sphere. Maybe I should have grabbed the Might the first time to get rid of the Goblin Bombardment, but on the play for game 2. We'll keep this. It's a Chalice on 1, which is important. We're looking ideally for another lab, because that would allow us a Thought Knot on 2. I guess a lab or a temple. Though a lab would be nice because then it allows us to go Karn on 2. But Karn on 3 is not bad. So, lab, temple... None of the above there. There's the temple. So we'll play lab, imprint Devourer, and cast Chalice X equals 1. So Thought Nuts is up next, and then Karn. Flash in a Graveyard is good for them. Let's see what turn 2 plays you might have. We'll get rid of Flage. Pass. Imagine they play the Parlor. Realistically speaking, I'm thinking we just grab Karn, tick down, or play Karn, tick down, grab whatchamacallit, grab Liquid Metal Coating. Chalice on 2 would also be nice, but I think it's right for us to just cast Karn here. Minus Karn, yes. Grab Liquid Metal Coating. and attack with Thought Knot. If they draw into a Flage, that could be unfortunate. Foundry untapped. That's a bit concerning. Pyromancer's okay. Pitching the Static Prison. Another tower. Let's play the Liquid Metal. Liquid Metal target Foundry. Karn tick up on Foundry. We can't chalice on 2, so we'll pass. No attacks. You would need land, Flage, Felia. Fascinating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could. Yeah, cause enters. So we would want to stop Philia from attacking, or just to destroy Philia. I mean, I can Walking Ballista X2. It's not ideal, but it's a thing I can do. Yeah, that might be the best play here. So let's grab Ballista. Fortunately, we were 1 short of Devourer 2. And when it attacks, we can go to combat. I will Liquid Metal Coating the Parlor. Go to main. And we are going to destroy Felia. Impasse. Okay, there's a land. Let's Liquid Metal Coating Parlor. Take up on Karn Parlor. And then Devourer of Destiny on Seasoned Pyromancer. Pass the turn and attack with Thought Knot. Okay, so moving to game 3. We'll run it back just the same. I'm seeing where the Philly is coming in. I was wondering how that played in this deck, but it is kind of cute with like Pyromancer and whatnot. Guess it also works with Ranger Captain of Eos, which we saw earlier in the Jeskai build. Yeah, Energy's still in a bit of flux right now, which is cool. I still think Energy was not hit hard enough, but we'll see how things pan out over time. Right now we're really aiming for a minimum 4-3 at the end of 7 rounds. We'll see how it goes. But we're on the draw for game 3. This hand really isn't good. This hand is interesting. The main thing we would want to hit here is a lab off Devourer. I will keep it. Do we pitch the land? I think we pitch the Thought Knot. Reveal Devourer and pass. think the best card we can hit here is Lab, followed by Temple, followed by Mine. There's Lab, so we high rolled. We'll Imprint Devourer. We'll play Talisman, and we'll pass. We'll hold up the ability to cast Dismember on Guide of Souls. I'll let Guide of Souls attack. No reason for it to die just yet. No shot. Well, let's dismember it now. That's interesting. Thought nuts here. I'm really curious to see what you have in your hand. Well, we'll get rid of the Flage. I guess you can melt down getting rid of the Talisman. Not sure that's great. We are at a theoretical 12, so something to pay attention to. But like, their hand's overall pretty weak. Pyromancer makes it a lot better. I guess you pitch the Meltdown and... Yep, okay. So Bolt and 2 fresh cards. Karn. That Bolt makes it a bit awkward. So I think... How do I want to do this? Like, I could play Karn. I could grab Mystic Forge. Karn dies the Bolt, which soaks up 3 from me. So it might be worth in that regard. But I think I'm going to hold up the command instead. Aether Hub, yep. To combat. Bait. That pushes me down to 12, so I'm at a theoretical 9. Let's go ahead and ramp an exile. I don't want to give you a free card. I'll take the 1 though. That's fine. Obsidian Charma is a little bit upsetting. Bolt's still in hand. Oh, that was good. So they have Bolt and 1 other card. 1, 2... So, how do we want to do this? And Karn dies here regardless. Ensnaring Bridge could give us turns until they find a static prison. Yeah, let's do that. Like I said, Karn dies to Bolt regardless. We are empty-handed, so they simply cannot attack. They now either need Meltdown or whatchamacallit, Static Prison. The fact they didn't Bolt the Karn's concerning, though. There's the Static Prison. So Charma, yeah, so that's what I figured. I will not block. I know you have the Bolt in hand. Temple. No reason to present that, though I guess if they do give us back the Prison. We're going to take 5 down to 8, a theoretical 5. We're going to have to block at some point. This 1 damage is annoying. I'll attack for now, though. Try and keep the life totals somewhat even. It's 3 turns before I get this bridge back. The Static Prison literally was the 1 card. So now, what are you playing? A Johnny. That's a problem. You're gonna bolt your own cat? No. Well, now even if they bring back... Oh, this kind of sucks. Because I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place now, right? If I block the cat, then a Johnny flips. If I block this, I take 6, and I'm dead. Oof. Tron would have been nice. Yeah, the Static Prison kinda locked them in. Unfortunately, that is lethal. I'm not going to pretend that they see lethal damage, but I would hope they do. Static Prison ticks down. 1 energy remaining. Another Johnny to flip. That's one hell of a top deck. That means that you can 0 a Johnny, then deal 5 to me, and then bolt. Yeah. Unfortunate. The Static Prison top deck just was rough. Oof. I mean, anything that I would have grabbed of Karn would have resulted in it getting hit by Static Prison. So I think it still is the right play. It's just unfortunate that's exactly what they found. Then the double Johnny wouldn't have helped even if we were under Static Prison. But we would have been at a higher life total, so it would have been at least palatable until we find something with the Mystic Forge. So, give and take, I suppose. But with that being said, sometimes you just lose to variance. I think the only game that I would say we made a mistake, and I think it could be argued either ways, was game 2 of round 3, and I probably should have mulled to 5 against the Jeskai Splinter Twin deck. But other than that, we'll see how it goes. Right now, like I mentioned, we're just trying to place for prizing. I think at this point, we're just trying to make it in the top 32, so nothing special. In order to reach that, we're going to have to win the next 3 rounds. So if we do lose the next one, we'll probably call it there for the night. But with that being said, we'll be back in just a bit for round 5. All right, and we are back for round 5 on play for game 1. This hand, once again, on the draw, I'd be tempted to try and high roll into a lab, but on the play, it doesn't seem as good. I mean, there's nothing to do in this with this hand. I'll keep it though, dump the temple, and see what we draw into. I mean, at the end of the day, our top decks are superb. The only thing, well, that could make it awkward, is the mirror match and them having a Myco Spawn. That could be a bit awkward. Let's see what version this is. Could still be Through the Breach, which I don't think is really a deck anymore. Could be Eldrazi Ramp. Could be the mirror match in Mono Green Eldrazi Tron. Could be Eldrazi Aggro. I want to say that's only things that really run Destiny. Okay, the Hedge Maze makes me feel like this is Eldrazi Ramp. A Stomping Grounds into a Utopia Sprawl would be mildly concerning. A Mycospawn would be really good for us. That's another land. I am concerned. I'm really hoping now that we Ugin Slab. So this is 4. Not sure if this is the Karn version. Temur I don't think runs Karn. Malevolent Rumble. Ooh, there's the Mycospawn. Oh god. Alright, I need something good here. Okay. I'll play a Talisman. We'll play a Talisman and hope they hit the tower. Now, as I say all the time, you should never hit the tower. You should go after mine or power plant. I'm hoping they just choose wrong. Yep. That will be a kicked Mycospawn. This gives us another chance. There's another lab. Tucking a Null Drifter. Playing a Talisman. Alright, I need a good top deck. You know what? It's not bad. I'll Chalice on 0 here. Chalice isn't doing much in this matchup. I'll exile the Mystic Fort, or that. Again, Chalice on 0. Unfortunate. Okay, well, we have the Mystic Forge. Good news there. Really hoping they don't have... I mean, they can't really do much of an Emrakul. So Emrakul's kind of fine. I think another Mycospawn would be the concern. Mycospawn or a World Breaker. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, well, now I wish I kept that tower on top. Oh, and a Ghost Quarters too with my forest in my hand? Oh, no. I will not search. I kind of want this temple now. I kind of need this temple now. Okay. Kozilek's command can be good. Let's go digging. Another Kozilek's command, 2 Kozilek's commands. We'll go top. We'll go top. We'll go bottom. We'll go top for a blocker. Okay. We're still in it, but barely. Huh? What are we doing here, friend? Okay. What's happening here? I was trying to figure something out. I'm not sure what. What are we doing? Are you trying to like return one of the exiled cards to hand? What's happening here? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with this. Oh. Okay. Bit confused by that play, where you could have like played the Null Drifter right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you a bit confused there. Just a wee bit. Let's cast the Kozilek's command off the top. And once again, go digging. Yeah, we'll just go deep. Did we find another command? Fresh hell. Don't need the chalice. Don't need the forge. Don't need the forge. Top the command. Top the thought knot. See what's in your hand, I guess? What you got there, friend? Yeah, why didn't you just play the... I'm so confused. Very confused. Okay, so they bring back the Null Drifter. Yeah, all of that makes so much more sense than what you did. So play the Null Drifter. 1, 2, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A Null Drifter is a slight problem. Not like an end of the world problem, but a slight problem. What is happening? Okay, yeah, so you play the Null Drifter. This makes sense. Okay. We're not out of the game yet. I don't want to say no to the power plant. It's also not exactly what I want to see. I think I will exile it. Of course, you find the Myco spawn immediately after. Okay, let's kick the Myco spawn and get rid of Ugin's Labyrinth, question mark? Yes. And we are down almost all of our towers. We have 3 mines. I'll put the tower in. And there's a lab on top. Well, I need to pressure the board as well. Tempted to attack with the thought knot here. They could 1, 2, 3, 4 make a devourer. So you want to probably keep back 1 thought knot to block Myco spawn, 1 to block devourer, and to sacrifice the spawn to the Null Drifter. That makes sense to me. If they want to trade the Null Drifter for the thought knot, I'm fine with that. Okay. Rumble. Oh, I had the Warping Whale on top, and now I don't. Rumble resolves. You find lands. I imagine you take the temple. Yes, that makes sense to me. Play the temple. So 3 unknowns in hand. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You do have 13 for that. We'll sacrifice the spawn. We'll take the 4. Down to 2. So I now need to find a solution for Null Drifter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could Kozak's command X7 as a thing I can do. Is there a concern? Let's Mystic Forge down to 1. Dust does absolutely nothing. I'm going to need at least 2 blockers. Well, we have the Kozak's command, so maybe we don't need any blockers. And we just press the... Yeah, I think we just press the advantage then. Because we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We exile Null Drifter. We make 7 spawns. We can block 2. Yes. This makes sense to me. I'll trade the Myco spawns. Opponent's thinking about something. Kozilek's command. Yes, that will resolve. Well, I could have gone one deeper if you wanted, I suppose. You scry, draw, then exile. Yeah, that was the worst case scenario. They're down to 9 now. Before combat. Done. Pass. We survive the turn. Funny enough, if they cast an Emrakul Aeon Storm, they can just have me either activate the Forge, or not Aeon Storm, the Promised End, or activate a Talisman and I lose, which is really funny to me. Yeah. Unfortunate. So, Temur Eldrazi ramp. So we'll lose. Unless, who knows, maybe they don't realize. Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, do they not? Yeah, that was the one potential issue. Well, Chalice is doing a whole lot of nothing. So we will cut Chalice. I'm gonna cut Dust as well for Sundering Titan, and we'll run it back. Well, opponent, you could put me out of my misery here, and I'd be 1-4, which at that point will drop. Or we could rally back, but we're on the play for game 2. Hand is mediocre at best. We'll mulligan this. Not much better here. Mulligan again. Down to 4? Oh my word. Down Karn, down Thought Knot. I guess down Myco spawn. Fresh hell. Yeah, down Myco spawn. Reveal Devourer. Eh, I guess command. It's not great. Yeah. I will fully admit, I really do prefer being on the draw with this deck so much more than on the play. Devourer just becomes so much better being on the draw. There's the Talisman. We'll play a Talisman of our own. This seems to be the Chris MTG list that I've seen posted a few times. Oof, one away from a Sowing Myco spawn. Karn would have been so good if we had another land. Of course, it could have been another land if I... oh, past me. Why do you have to be this way? I could have had a power plant rather than a command, and that would allow me to play Karn on 3, which would have bricked them on the Talisman, which means that they wouldn't be able to kick a Myco spawn this turn. Oh! Oh, did we survived? We survived a turn? Wild. And why is my opponent playing nothing? I'm gonna guess they have a Kozilek's command that they're just pocketing. It's my only thought. I will take the temple. Two, 4, 5, 6. Of course I'm 1 off. That would have been too good. You have to have a Kozilek's command. There's no way, yeah, I was about to say, there's no way you're just holding up so much mana for no reason. Yep, command X3. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana next turn. 9, 10 for Emrakul. 2 top, 1 bottom. That's frightening. Do I have anything in exile? No. I can't liquid metal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want to say they run Beseiju. So bridge isn't really a long-term solution. But it might be a decent solution. The alternative being Mystic Forge to just try and dig deeper through a kick Sowing Myco spawn. Yeah. Because even if they hit Temple, still have 4. So okay, let's go Mystic Forge and we'll pass and pray, but I'm not hopeful that we don't either get hit by a Myco spawn or a World Breaker. At least is my guess for what they're going to do on their turn. Another temple. 2, 6, 7, 10, 12. They're 1 off an Emrakul Aeon's Torn. That green smells like a World Breaker? Yes. Down goes the temple. I am now tempted to grab bridge. I'm gonna tick down. I'm going to grab Ensnaring Bridge. I'm gonna pass the turn. Because they don't play many breakers. Some run one, some run maybe two. So bridge might give us a few turns. Next turn we attempt to cast the Mystic Forge. Misty Rainforest crack for a forest. Yep. And what? I guess an Emrakul Aeon's Torn, or not Aeon's Torn, Promise End. Tick up Karn. Animate the bridge. I really kind of want to get Karn off board. Unironically. Rumble. Oh no. Don't do it, opponent. Don't pick the Promise End. You definitely want the Myco Spawn. You want to kick more lands. Ooh. Okay, so what we'll have to do then is Stonebrain, Emrakul the Promise End. Land. Hey, look, it's my big Titan. Stonebrain. Activate the Stonebrain. Target you, name Emrakul the Promise End. Emrakul the Promised End. Do you have a way to get around bridge? Oh, that's funny as hell. Oh, you have one breaker. So there is one world breaker that'll help them get around bridge. Well, we'll tick up on Karn. The only problem is that Null Drifter can attack. Which means that we're going to have to either sacrifice a land or sacrifice Karn. I think we need to sacrifice Karn is the problem. I really need a land to play this forge. So Karn down. We'll take... I guess they are targeting Karn, so it doesn't really matter. Devour. They're right now just digging deep for this World Breaker. That's bad. This Null Drifter and World Breaker can now attack. Oh no. So we need to draw into a lab specifically. Not to mention they're trying to dig deep for... Oh, they clicked the wrong button. They're trying to dig deep for their World Breaker. I desperately need a land. Why not go all the way? One top, two bottom. And returning that to hand, okay. Well, we'll sack the Talisman. I need an Ugin's Lab. What is going on? Another Null Drifter. And Ugin Slab, we'd be at 6, 4, 3. Yeah, so we specifically need... Uh-oh. What are you naming? Karn? Okay, that's fine. If you had named Ugin's Lab, which, funny enough, I think... Like, they don't clearly know that's the right choice. Because I just need to dump my hand. And if I can accomplish that, I should be able to at least stabilize. There's the Misty. Cracking the Misty for a forest. Stirrings. I mean, they only have so many cards they find this World Breaker. Okay. What are you naming? Oh, you're not. I cast it. If that's 13. At this point, what can I do? I don't think there's anything. Because Null Drifter both attacked, Annihilator 1, sack the tower, sack the bridge. Even if I were to top deck a power plant, that does nothing. I sack a tower, sack a mine, left with a tower. I draw a card, even if it's a land, we end up with 5. Yeah. And even if it was a lab, we'd end up with 4, so Null Drifter would still be able to attack. Unfortunate. All right. Well, unfortunately, not the best showing from today's challenge. Funny enough, I had some great leagues today, 2 4-1s out of my leagues. But, yeah, this challenge could have gone better. With myself right now at X4, there's no real chance for me even top 32 for prizing. So I think we'll probably call it there. I think the one major mistake probably would be in that Jeskai Splinter Twin matchup. And I'm trying to think if there was a mistake in the Boros Energy matchup. If so, it was arguable. I'd have to think about that one a little bit more. But either ways, some good matches. Unfortunate that things did not go the way we wished, but sometimes that just is how it goes. I mean, if I'm looking at my spreadsheet right now, I was kind of due for a rough challenge or league eventually. You can only win so much before losing. But with that being said, as always, if you guys did enjoy this video, it is always appreciated if you do hit that like button, leave a comment down below. If you saw a line that I missed or maybe have some feedback for me, it is always appreciated because as much as I hope to ensure that you guys learn from my videos, both in my successes and my failures, I also hope to learn from you all as well. And as always, if you aren't already, it would be really appreciated if you do hit that subscribe button. Right now, we are on track for being able to monetize the channel in just under 3 months. However, the only metric that we will be missing is subscribers. Right now, we're at 252, which is amazing. We just need to get to 500 though, and at that point, if we're able to monetize the channel, that means I'm able to make more Magic content. Ideally, eventually save up for a streaming PC so that way I could stream on Twitch as well as upload to YouTube and, maybe do some more Magic stuff. But with that being said, folks, as always, I hope you had a great time and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!